The logo of the 12th Heidelberg Laureate Forum appears centered on the cover slide, then shifts left. On the right, text fades in. 12th Heidelberg Laureate Forum with the date, 14th to 19th September 2025. Statement from young researcher Philipp Wiesner, German, to Rachel Thomas during the boat trip.
We use AI pretty much every day, like we're doing systems for machine learning. So mainly in the context of like performance and making them faster, more carbon energy efficient and so on. So we use it every day.
Statement from young researcher Jesse Ryman, German, to Marianne Freiberger during the boat trip.
So I found it interesting that people were very optimistic about the impact of AI, but I would really like to hear some more critical voices as well.
Statement from young researcher Lael Costa, American, to Marianne Freiberger during the boat trip.
Using AI to replace creative work, I'd rather have AI that does my laundry than AI that does my math research. That's my feeling.
The boat on the Neckar leaves the lock. The crowded deck of the boat, people sitting, eating, and chatting. Laureate Leslie G. Valiant with a group in conversation. Laureate Robert Melancton Metcalf in conversation at a table. Someone takes a photo with a phone from the deck, capturing the crowd and the scenery. Marianne Freiberger and Rachel Thomas, hosts of the vlog, in front of the camera. Marianne speaks to the camera.
It's Wednesday, so we're on the Königin Silvia for a boat trip down the river Neckar.
Rachel speaks to the camera.
As we set sail into the future, we explore the impact of AI on maths and computer science.
Their addresses are intercut with short shots of the scientists they will later interview in this video.
With hot topic panelists Yang-Hui He and David Silver.
We'll also meet the team who make the HLF happen every year. But first, let's catch up with some young researchers.
Rachel Thomas asks young researcher Hannah Emma Arienzingogo, Ghanaian, a question on the boat deck.
Today's vlog is focusing on AI. Hannah, how are you using AI at the moment?
I use large language models a lot. I use ChatGPT, I use Claude, and I use it in my research to provoke my thinking. And sometimes I use it to ask me questions so that it makes me think about what I'm doing.
Marianne Freiberger asks young researcher Lael Costa, American, a question on the boat deck.
Could you see a use for it in the future?
Yes, I definitely see that there's a plausible future for AI to be useful in mathematical research more than it is now, and there have been some discussions here at this event, for example, about how AI can be used to sift through large amounts of difficult research content and make it more accessible, and that's certainly potentially exciting to me. However, there's also an ongoing discussion about making AI sort of able to complete entire research workflows without human involvement, and while that's exciting to me as a mathematician to imagine a world in which we're able to produce more mathematical knowledge faster, it's also upsetting to me as a person. I love the work that I do. It provides a lot of joy. I feel that I'm guided in my work by what is interesting and beautiful, and for me, using AI to replace creative work, I'd rather have AI that does my laundry than AI that does my math research. That's my feeling.
Young researcher Edwin Uko, Kenyan, responds to Marianne Freiberger.
My background is primarily in computer science, but one of the things that struck me was the potential of AI to be used to prove theorems. I thought that was really exciting.
Young researcher Philipp Wiesner, German, responds to Rachel Thomas.
Yeah, for me, the entire topic of these refining neural networks through like mathematical proofs and like reasoning and so on, I knew this topic, but it became just apparent to me how dangerous this actually is, like to our scientific communities, how we work so far. So I think this is a bit, it's promising, of course, but it's a bit frightening that you can soon maybe replace researchers by reasoning processes. Yeah.
Young researcher Lael Costa, American, responds to Marianne Freiberger.
We're finally at a time in the world where a lot of research is available for free, and I'm worried that some of that might disappear in a commercially focused AI future. On the other hand, I will say I am excited by some of the possible uses, some of the problems that we'll be able to potentially solve that humans have struggled with for a long time. I certainly do want to live in a world where we see a solution to, for example, the famous Riemann hypothesis.
The boat approaches a lock on the Neckar River, the captain checking its entry. A man in a gray jacket is interviewed on the boat by a cameraman and a sound technician. A group drinks Aperol Spritz at a standing table on the boat deck, chatting together. Rachel and Marianne in front of the camera. Rachel speaks to the camera.
Whether it's your first or your 10th year at the Heidelberg Laureate Forum, one of the reasons we love it is the people who make it happen.
Marianne speaks to the camera.
They do such an amazing job. Let's go find them.
Portrait shots of each team member are shown in quick succession. Daniela Brehm-Dur, Administration and Organization. Martina Wagner-Opitz, Alumni and Community Manager. Yasmin Kies, Project Manager, Young Researcher Relations. Anna Natter, Project Manager, Young Researchers Relations. Sarah McLeod, Head of Young Researchers Relations. Volker Geibler, Head of Exhibitions and Outreach Activities. Jürgen Leibig, Exhibitions and Outreach Activities. Boris Reiser, Exhibitions. Teresa Förster, Press and Public Relations, Social Media. Michael Kessner, Multimedia Design. Nicolas Mariani, International Press and Public Relations. Nicole Schmidt, Head of Communications and Media. Virginia Krinka, Multimedia Design, Social Media. Suzanne Huber, Conference Organization Administration. A few shots show Yang-Hui He in the panel discussion. The Machine Learning Revolution in Mathematics and Science on the auditorium stage. Rachel Thomas, speaking, sits with Yang-Hui He in an empty university lecture hall who responds to her.
I'm here with Yang-Hui He, who is a fellow from the London Institute of Mathematical Sciences. Yan, you've just come from the Hot Topic session about pioneering the use of AI in maths research. Can you tell us about your sort of philosophy of your approach to that?
Yes, for the past 8 years or so, I've been thinking about how to generate problems guided by AI. So this goes under the rubric of AI-assisted discovery in mathematical research by looking at mathematical data and giving us ideas of what kind of problems we should be working on, and then piping that into proof assistants like Lean, and then try to come up with answers to interesting problems.
An example of that is your recent work about the murmuration conjecture, which is, I think, arguably one of the first non-trivial AI-assisted mathematical discoveries. Can you tell us a little bit about that, and also what's the reaction been?
Yeah, so that's been very exciting. So the murmuration conjectures came out from the area of number theory, and I was very fortunate to be working with Lee, Oliver, and Postnikov in this direction. And what really, I guess, in a way galvanized the mathematics community was that here was a conjecture raised by AI, which then didn't involve neural networks and uninterpretable things. There was a formula we could inch out and then decouple anything from AI and then give to human experts and say, have you seen this before?
And what about the example you jokingly gave the example of, I think jokingly, you gave the example of proving a massive result in mathematics if it could be proved, the Riemann hypothesis, and you said you didn't care if it was AI or God or Terry Tao who proves it. Do you really think that? And does that tell us something about the nature of mathematical proof if you're kind of taking the human out of the process?
Well, I think, for me personally, since I'm so far removed from the possibility of proving the Riemann hypothesis, but maybe I guess if you are the young Terence Tao, maybe it's not so far. You want some kind of that human element. But for me, I guess, and I probably speak for the vast majority of mathematicians, we really just want to know. We want to know whether it's true. But we certainly want to digest the proof. And so it's extremely important that if an AI generates a proof, that it is human understandable. There's the clear reasons, the technology that we're familiar with, and then we can just admire this great piece of work like, admiring Bach.
And for the young mathematicians in the audience, there's a role for humans to play in the future of mathematics, even with the assistance of AI. They're not about to lose their jobs.
I absolutely think so. I think it's there's something very beautiful and special about working on a math problem, whether it's even digesting an available proof with another human on the blackboard, and it's just like sharing a piece of art together.
A few shots show David Silver at the Hot Topic panel discussion, The Machine Learning Revolution in Mathematics and Science on the auditorium stage. Marianne Freiberger, speaking, sits with David Silver in an empty university lecture hall who responds to her.
I'm now here with David Silver, who was on the Hot Topic panel on the AI revolution. David, the panel talked a lot about the era of experience. Could you tell us what that is?
The era of experience is something which we believe that we're transitioning into in the world of AI. So recently, a lot of the AI systems that have been built from using all of the human data from the internet and putting those into things like large language models that kind of build on all of that knowledge and produce very impressive performance. But what they don't do is they don't go beyond human knowledge to create their own and discover their own knowledge. And to do that, we believe we have to move to a new era of AI that we call the era of experience. And this is much more about machines that can learn for themselves, that actually do things in the world and learn from those experiences of what happens in the world through its own interactions, and then is able to actually discover new knowledge and start to improve and improve and improve.
Now, AI has already been assisting scientists, for example, through AlphaFold that you've been involved with. But the era of experience, what would that mean for AI doing science?
So for science, I think it's will be a really interesting moment, because I think a little bit like real scientists, if we give machines the ability to run experiments in the world and to learn from those experiments and to actually improve their knowledge, improve their model of how the world works, then perhaps those machines will be able to build better theories of how the world works across many, many different fields of science.
In the panel, Maya Fraser talked a lot about the importance of navigating the development of AI and bringing in human concerns and values. What are your thoughts on that?
It's a very interesting period that we're in, where there's a lot of uncertainty about what will happen as AI systems get stronger and stronger. I think the most important thing is to, in my personal opinion, is to remember how exciting the possibilities of what are coming. So I think, really we are about to enter, I think, a golden age of science, where science can progress far faster than it has in the past through the use of AI to assist and to discover for itself fantastic new knowledge about the world. And I think, what a time to be a scientist. I think this is going to be really just a wonderful time that will bring massive excitement, and hopefully that will pervade all the way through to the grassroots and encourage a lot more people to get excited about what's happening.
Bavarian evening at the Kulturbrauerei. Guests arrive, laugh and chat, and take glasses of sparkling wine. Raphael Lang, dressed in a lederhosen outfit and a beer apron, welcomes the guests and taps a keg. He pours the first beer from the barrel. Inside the hall, all tables are occupied. Guests eat, talk, and enjoy their time together. Marianne and Rachel stand with beer mugs in hand, speaking to the camera.
It's been a day of thought-provoking discussions here at the Heidelberg Laureate Forum, and we've really enjoyed hearing the laureates and the young researchers share their perspectives.
But now it's time to share our cultures here at the Bavarian evening, and we'll continue the conversations in the next vlog.
But for now, let's enjoy the evening.
People from different cultures, dressed in their traditional clothing, wish everyone a wonderful evening in their native languages. Hania-Hui Irshad, young researcher Pakistani.
शबा खैर, उम्मीद करती हूँ कि आपकी शाम बहुत अच्छी गुजरेगी.
Kalistas Ngong Hala, alumnus of the first HLF 2013, American. Dara Thakar, young researcher, Indian.
Namaste, Ajni Sanjano Anand Manu.
Robert Endre Tarjan. Ne Van Linne Prize, 1982, and ACMAM Turing Award, 1986.
Have a fabulous Bavarian evening.
Abdusamad Olayiwola, young researcher, Nigerian. Pedra Andrade, alumna of the 10th HLF 2023, Brazilian.
Aproveitem a festa.
Ruocheng Wang, young researcher, Chinese.
海德堡桂冠论坛加油
Mambadushima, young researcher, Nigerian. Tim Holland, young researcher, Australian.
Enjoy your evening and have fun. Cheers.